if you go out there and listen, no, it's a little flaky, so hopefully we can get the music down.
I mean, I think there's definitely room for improvement, both for myself and, the other members of choir.
I don't really know if we're prepared, but I think we're getting there, and we still have like 3 weeks, so.
The choir is about 20 members, and because of COVID or maybe the culture of the school, choir hasn't really been a thing in the school, and it's really important, I feel, that students learn to sing and sing in groups and parts. The bands, all of those students came together, and it's quite a challenge to split up the bands because everyone wants to be with their friends, and there's a social dynamic in bands, and it's hard sometimes to be really effective in rehearsal and to build those skills where you can be efficient. I wanted to put on a choral tour when I arrived here and was approved to go on an international choral tour, and then COVID happened. I lived in New York for 7 years. I love New York. It's a crazy city. It's awful and wonderful every day of the week at the same time. I really want to give students a sense of what it feels like to be a musician, of what it feels like to rehearse and go on tour, to perform the same song in 4 different venues with 4 different audiences, and get that camaraderie and the sense of music being about musicians and people and relationships. I feel that the students are learning and learning and learning every rehearsal what it means to rehearse efficiently, and what it means to make a good sound, what it means to be comfortable with your part, what it means to be comfortable to improvise, to take risks on stage, to hide their visual communication if they make a mistake.
Okay, guys, especially, Amelie, if you make a mistake, you have to not show it.
Okay.
You have to get used to making a mistake and riding with it, especially the drummer. If the drummer stops, or the drummer gets slower, or the drummer gets quieter, the whole world is looking at the band. What's wrong? So you have to, if somebody misses their cue, who cares? The music continues. You have to force yourself not to do the thing that you want to do to stop and fix it. The music's already continued.
So there are 5.
To keep going, and that's hard, and that's a skill in itself, and learning that here in this structured environment and making all those beautiful mistakes here will give them the confidence, hopefully, so that when they arrive in New York they feel more prepared and that they can embrace all those challenges on tour. For our singers, I really want them to be inspired by other singers, so I want them to go to the opera, to the Metropolitan Opera. I want them to go to Broadway and see singing on stage in a very different kind of way. I want them to go to Carnegie Hall. I want them to meet backstage people in Carnegie Hall. I want them to look at 2,804 seats in the most famous concert hall in the world and to take in the history on that stage, to enjoy New York and the fabric of that crazy city, to go to the Guggenheim for our artists, downtown 9/11. There's so much that our students will benefit from this tour.
Well, I love New York. Like, New York is just like one of the best cities in the world, in my opinion.
I have had a passion for music my entire life. Music is what I want to do with my life. I want to devote my life to music. And there's just so much about this trip, seeing the live music and performing in these amazing venues and just doing all this stuff, that is just seemed the obvious choice because it's all right up my alley.
thought it was pretty great. It was definitely fun to be with friends in New York in a different place I've never been to before. It was fun playing different venues. It was overall pretty great.
We had a lot of fun. We did really great stuff, and it was a great opportunity.
The performing part was really fun. That was definitely a highlight.
I enjoyed the party boat the most for sure. That was definitely the most fun performance we had.
My favorite performance was the one in the church, and the acoustics were just amazing in there.
I enjoyed Hadestown a lot. I thought the musical was really good. I did sleep for the first half, but then I woke up to catch the ending, so I was pretty moved.
My favorite was Hadestown. I thought it was really engaging and entertaining.
So we were up on the top balcony, my tour group was, and we were with Mr. Hamilton, and someone comes on stage, and they just asked if we wanted to come and just check out the stage. When we were on the stage, they said we can sing a song, and I think everybody started kind of freaking out. Most musicians work their entire life to be able to perform on that stage, and we just kind of got lucky, so that was pretty amazing.
In the 6 years I've been doing tours, I've been on the stage 3 times.
And
Today, thank you, is my 4th.
And we have many students come here who are singers and musicians,
Yes.
and they're not even allowed to utter a sound in the hall. And then, boy, today was just amazing. Amazing.
That's right, groups always want to, some groups say, can we sing? You cannot sing, it's not allowed.
Yeah, they want to stand on the stage for a photo op. I'm like, fortunately, it's not allowed. So this was a treat for us as well.
Yes,
It
exactly.
really was.
When I got to sing on Carnegie Hall stage, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Because everyone's heard of Carnegie Hall. And it's one of the most famous performance spaces in the world. And to be on that stage where so many incredible people have performed and to sing, like, my body was shaking.
Just, I mean, you know, the amount of opportunities and experiences we had were kind of insane. You know, we got to sing on the stage of Carnegie Hall. That's like, that's a once in a lifetime thing. Like, that, you know, a very small percentage of people get to do that. And even if it wasn't for an audience, the fact that we were just up there is just so incredible to me, and it's just kind of insane. I think my favorite performance was the one on the boat, the last one. After a week of singing all the time and stuff, the experience was great, the setting was great. We got so much.